down. Now working into a twist, we're going to start out by inhaling, making sure that you're sitting up straight so that the vertebrae in the spine are aligned properly. Then we take our exhale, take both hands either onto the right side of the chair, or you can take one hand and hold onto the back of the chair. We'll take another inhale, lengthen up through the crown of the head. Exhale, deepen that twist just a bit. And always making sure that you move into the twist with your breath. So we inhale to prepare, we exhale to come into our twist. And just making sure that you're not using your hands to the point where you're forcing yourself into that twist. You just want to let the breath release the tension in the back muscles, and that's what eases you into your twist. Taking one more exhale here. Your next inhale brings you back into center. We'll come over to the other side. Either the hands hold on to the outside of the chair on the left, or you can take one hand to hold on to the back of the chair. If it's not comfortable to hold on to the chair with your right hand, you can also hold on to the outside of the knee. So we inhale, lengthen, exhale, deepen your twist. Trying to continue with those little micro movements with your breath as you stay in your twist here. Every inhale, we're lengthening up to the ceiling, and every exhale, we're deepening just a millimeter. On your next inhale, make your way back into center. We're going to come over into a forward bend. So drop your upper body over the legs, drop your hands down toward the floor. Relax the head. If there's any tension in the neck, shake the head out. Roll yourself back up to sitting. So a few more times like that. Exhale, drop yourself on top of the legs. Inhale, roll yourself up through the spine. Exhale, reach down toward the floor. Inhale, roll up. One more time. Exhale. Inhale, roll up. Come up to sitting, roll the shoulders back. Now we'll move on to the legs, just warming up the ankles a bit. Taking the hands behind the right leg, starting out, lifting up the foot, circling that ankle a couple times. Switching, going the opposite direction. So a lot of times we kind of neglect the ankles and the feet a little bit in yoga, but they're so important. Whether you're doing sitting poses or standing poses, the feet and the ankles are really making the foundation of your pose. We'll switch, point the toes and flex the toes a few times. Get a little stretch down the calf muscles, the back of the leg. And then spread your toes out and scrunch them together. Spread and scrunch them together. You want to keep your toes flexible. That's a really important part of our balance, is being able to use our toes to compensate. When we're on uneven surfaces, when we're moving around, it's really good to have flexibility in the feet. Okay, drop that right foot down. We'll switch over to the left side, starting out circles in one direction. And then switch, take some circles the opposite way. Okay, we'll point and flex the ankle. So a lot of times when you're doing this, you might hear like a little cracking and crunching in your ankle, kind of working out some of the tension that we've accumulated there. And that's normal as long as it's not painful. So whenever we're practicing yoga, we want to make sure that we never push ourselves into anything that's painful. And this would be no exception to that. Now let's take the foot back, spread the toes out, and then scrunch them together. Keep that flexibility in the toes. And then you can release that foot down. Now this next one is a hip opening stretch, and you can do it a couple different ways. We're going to start out drawing the right ankle up and resting it on top of our left thigh. You can stay right here, sitting up nice and straight, and you might already start to feel that stretch in the outer hip. If you want to come deeper, just gently lean yourself forward. You can take the right arm and give some gentle pressure to the inside of the right leg. Once you find a good stretch in this pose, just focus on your breath. Use that exhale to get a good release in your hip. If you can't quite get your ankle up here onto your leg, you might want to put a stool down on the ground and then rest the foot on there and just roll the knee out to the side so you're getting that same external rotation in the leg, and then you can lean forward until you find a good stretch. But take the foot a little bit lower, and then eventually when your hip gets more flexible, you'll be able to get it up onto your thigh. Let's take one more breath on this side. Inhale to come up. We'll exhale, releasing the right leg down, taking the left ankle up. And then just easing yourself into that stretch. You'll notice when I come into this hip opener, I draw my toes back. I'm flexing my ankle. And by doing that, I'm engaging the muscles in the lower part of the leg here, and it helps to protect the knee joint. Sometimes if the hips are really tight and we go into deep hip stretches, it's going to transfer some of that stress into the knee. So flexing your ankle is a way that you can help to protect the knee joint a bit when we're doing deep hip opening. But if you do still have any kind of discomfort in the knee, this would be a stretch that you would want to skip. Take an inhale to come up, exhale, release that leg. Now one more stretch for our chair pose. We're going to straighten the legs out just to comfort and kind of scoot toward the edge of your chair. Take an inhale, sit up nice and tall. On your exhale, reach down toward your legs. So you're going to hold on wherever you can reach, maybe the shins, maybe you can reach the floor or the toes, wherever you're comfortable. Just be careful that the edge of the chair isn't putting too much pressure on the back of the leg. You don't want it to dig into your sciatic nerve or anything like that. So make sure that that's comfortable for you. You might want to put a little pillow or cushion on the side of the chair to make that comfortable. Holding here, taking a few deep breaths, and just letting the head be relaxed. So if there's any tension in the neck, shake the head yes and no. We'll use our next inhale to roll ourselves up, draw the feet back, take the hands into the heart. So ending off our chair practice with Namaste. Thank you for joining us for our chair yoga warm-up.